Hello, yogis. I'm Katie, and I am so happy to have you here joining today for this fun and fiery flow. This movement practice is going to be one where we really work the glutes and get into the shoulders as well. So I'm excited that you'll join me. Let's get started. Begin by coming to the middle of the mat. And we'll settle into this time and space, maybe closing down the eyes, finding a comfortable seated position. Maybe you're on a block, maybe on your shins or seated in Sukhasana. Taking a big inhale through the nose. And as you exhale, releasing the shoulders down the back body, grounding the places where you touch the floor into that space, and settling into this time, this moment, letting go of any worries or concerns, and understanding that we're using this movement practice to help ourselves be more present and also to feel stronger in our bodies and more capable. Next inhale you take, let it fill the lungs, sipping in the air when you get to the top and then holding there. And then as you exhale, bring the palms to heart center, grounding in your intention for this practice. Maybe that intention is one of calming the mind, or maybe it's building the booty. Live your dreams. It's your practice. Then let's begin to create our first heat of the practice by rubbing the palms together. Getting them nice and warm, starting to feel an activation in the shoulders. Feel the biceps engage. Take stock of what's happening in the arms. Engage the core. Draw the belly button towards the spine. We're really noticing here all the different pieces of our body. Soften the muscles in the face. Your hands nice and warm now. When they are, place them over the closed eyes and slowly begin to flutter the eyes open, noticing the light between the fingers. And then let's take the hands together, interlace 10 fingers, and let's just gently roll out the wrists. If you're in a seated position of any kind, you might come to a space where pretty soon you can roll onto your back. So for me, that means I'm gonna come off my shins and onto my bottom. And I'm gonna reach my legs in front of me, and then uninterlace my fingers and point my fingers in front of me. And as I exhale, we'll roll slowly towards the mat, letting the back body round gently, and one vertebrae at a time, noticing the mat below you and settling the shoulders and then the back of the head. Then let's lay the palms flat against the floor next to the hips and scoot the heels in close to the glutes. From here, we're going to engage the belly so low back touches the floor. Take a couple breaths. Just arrive here. Get acquainted with this feeling. The tailbone slightly tucked. Maybe the chin slightly tucked. Let's take a big inhale. And as you exhale, we'll lift the hips up off the floor. Roll the shoulders towards each other and lift the heart towards the chin. Press down into the elbows, bridge pose, squeeze the knees together, squeeze the glutes. Nice and gentle here. This is our first posture, and we're just slowly warming up the body. We're gonna hold here for a moment, letting the muscles acquaint with the position. Taking some slow breaths. And then with your next exhale, round the spine and roll down one vertebrae at a time. Landing the tailbone on the floor. From there, we'll take the bridge pose again. Inhale. And as you exhale, press forearms into floor, reach hips high, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the legs together. This time, maybe you interlace all 10 fingers and rock the shoulders more under the body. Finding a little more height. Keeping the breath nice and steady. Nice work. Squeeze the glutes, lift the hips higher. Heart sends forward towards the chin. Gaze is soft. And then undo the interlace of the fingers and gently roll down one vertebrae at a time. Take the feet as wide as the mat, and we'll drop the knees side to side, windshield wipering, releasing any tension that we built up in these first two. We'll return to the bridge pose after a couple more windshield wipers. Sliding heels in towards glutes when you're ready. And from there, we'll squeeze knees together, and as you exhale, lift the hips one more time. Roll the shoulders under back body. Maybe you interlace the fingers, or maybe palms lay flat. And we're going to take a breath here and bring weight into the left foot. Really firm up through the left glute and reach the right leg for the sky. Knee can be bent or you can straighten, whatever feels good. And then all together, we're going to bend the knee and we're going to scoop the right toes in between the calf and the thigh of the left leg. And then inhale, reach up for the sky. We'll do 4 more. Exhale, scoop. Making like a figure 4 shape. Inhale, lengthen and scoop. And lengthen. 2 more. And scoop, lift the hips higher. You got it. And lengthen and scoop. And lengthen. And keep that leg lifted as you lower the back body down. Let the tailbone and the shoulders flatten against the floor. And then we'll take a flex in the foot and roll out that right ankle. One direction. And then the other. And then we'll exhale. Lower the heel by keeping the leg long and flattening the low back against the earth. And lower the right heel until it just hovers. And then inhale back to sky. Flex the foot. 2 more. Lower. Slowly. And lift. Lower. You got it. And lift the toes. Then settle the right leg down. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Windshield wiper it out. Nice work. Building some heat, some fire. Getting those glutes to work right away. And then let's slide the heels back in towards glutes. We'll take the other side. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift the hips high. Maybe scoop the shoulders under the back. Interlace the fingers. Flatten forearms against floor. Squeeze the thighs together. Bring weight into the right foot. And then let's lift left knee and left toes for sky. Nice work. Then as you exhale, bend the knee, and we'll scoop the toes behind the right ankle through the right bend in the right leg. Inhale to sky. You got it. Exhale, bend. And lift. And bend. And lift. 2 more. Bend. And lift. Firm glutes. Last time. Bend. And lift. Lift up higher. And as you exhale, roll the spine down. Keep the toes lifted. And then take some circles with the ankle once the low back hits the floor. One direction. And then the other. Nice work. Lubricating that joint. Then flex out the foot. Really press the heel away from the body. And we'll slowly, with low back glued to the floor, begin to lower the leg, active in the quads, lowering. And then inhale to lift. Exhaling to lower. And lift. Last time, lower. Hovering the heel. And lift. And then bend into the leg, slide it back. Then we'll bring the knees in towards chest and begin to just take some circles with the knees, rocking out gently side to side. One direction, and then the other. And just gently before we jump into a standing practice, let's drop our knees over to the right side, spread the arms like a T, take a little twist, flatten shoulders against the earth. Maybe gaze looks over left hand. And then inhale, knees back through center, and as you exhale, drop them over to the left side, looking over right hand. From here, inhale both knees back in towards center. And we're going to take the hands behind the knees and begin to just rock along the spine so that you're rocking forward and back. But we're not going to come to stand yet. Instead, you're going to extend the right leg long and come onto the left foot. So we're kicking that right heel in front of us like we did with those legs lifts. And when we rock forward next time, we're going to rock up as if we could do a pistol squat. So see if you can get your hips off the floor. Let's do a few of those. Rock and lift. Send the heart forward and send the gaze up. Just a little prep there. Feel it in the glute. 2 more. Lift and lift. And then let's switch sides. Let's bend the right knee. We'll land on the right foot, lifting and lowering. Nice work. We're just playing here, letting the body feel what it might be like. See if each time you might invite yourself to sit up a little higher. 2 more. Lifting. And last time, lifting. And then settle down. And let's widen out the feet as wide as the mat. And we'll lift with help of hands or not into a malasana, a yogi squat. Elbows, fingers come together and elbows come to the knees. Inhale, lengthen from tailbone to crown of head. And then as you exhale, scoop the right shoulder towards the right knee and send the right fingertips long, left fingertips reach up and open. Inhale. And as you exhale, maybe you drop left hand behind the back and swing right fingertips around the knee, taking a bind. Just maybe. It's just an option. Inhale, open up wide. And as you exhale, left shoulder comes to left knee, send the fingertips long, send the right fingertips high. Maybe this feels awesome. Or maybe you let right fingertips drop behind back body, scooping left fingertips up, taking a bind. Lengthening through the spine. Opening back up with the inhale. And as you exhale, bring palms to heart center. 1 inhale to lengthen the spine. And as you exhale, lift the hips, fold forward, let the heart sink, and heel toe the feet in towards hip distance. Let the head hang heavy, let the knees bend, maybe even take a little shake, bending one knee and then the other. Maybe shake the head. Yes, shake it, no. And maybe even take a little sway side to side, sweeping fingertips along the floor. Whatever feels good here. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And as you exhale, let's plant the palms and we'll step or hop back to a high plank. Inhale here. And right away, let's send the hips back, downward facing dog. Take a breath. We're going to take some Dolphin, chaturanga, sun salutation-like movements to really build some heat and some fire. So you'll look forward towards your thumbs. And as you exhale, we're going to lower the elbows to the floor. So you're landing in a dolphin pose. And just get acquainted with that pose. Knees can bend, no problem. Whatever feels right here. But your elbows are squeezing towards one another. Your finger pads and knuckle pads grip the floor. If you want to see if your elbows are at a good distance, you can even measure out by taking your right hand towards left elbow, pivoting on that elbow, and seeing if it can grab hold. It's a good distance, about shoulder width. Inhale. And as you exhale, we're going to peel the heart forward and through the elbows and come up onto the palms, landing in a chaturanga, elbows bent by the side. Yeah, let's do that again. So we'll send our weight back to a dolphin pose. And then as we exhale, we'll send the heart forward, landing in a chaturanga. Nice work. Inhale, we'll press up to a high plank, send the heels back, tuck the tailbone. And then as you exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, so that's our little sequence. We'll do that a few times. Inhaling to drop the elbows. Exhaling to pull the heart forward. Inhaling, high plank. And exhaling, down dog. Nice work. Again, elbows. Chaturanga. High plank. Hips high, down dog. 3 more. Elbows. Chaturanga. Press up. Down dog. You got it. Elbows. Chaturanga. Press up. Down dog. Last time. Elbows. Chaturanga. High plank. Downward facing dog. Good work. Let the head hang heavy. Actively engage the legs. Roll the shoulders away from each other, creating space. Next, inhale. Let's look forward, and as we exhale, sweep the right toes high. Inhale, right knee to right elbow. Exhale high. Right knee to left elbow. And sweep it high. Right knee to right elbow. Sweep it high. Across. And back. To the right elbow. And back. To the left elbow. And back. This time, glue the knee to the right elbow. And then we'll slide the elbow down towards the wrist. 1 time. 2 times. Slide it back up to the armpit. 3 times. And 4. You got it. Last time. And 5. Slide it to the armpit. Swing the ankle towards the left wrist. And walk the toes back. We'll lower into a pigeon pose. Come off those wrists. Shake them out. Good work. And then let's open the arms wide like a T. Lift the heart. Take a big stretch. And as you exhale, reach the arms forward in front of you. And using the strength of the core and the hips, see how far you can reach forward before you let the forearms come to the floor. Nice work. And maybe you let the head come to rest. We'll take a few cycles of breath here. Allowing the body to be heavy. Allowing yourself to reconnect to breath. Then inhale, gaze scoops forward. And as you exhale, walk the hands back. And we're going to shift our weight to the outside of the right hip and bend the left knee, pulling it in towards the right heel. So that now we're in kind of 2 90-degree angles with our legs. You might take fingertips to the floor. And then as you exhale, we're going to work on lifting that back left heel up off the floor. So engaging in the glute and engaging in the muscles in the leg and engaging in the lower abdomen. We'll inhale, and as we exhale, we'll pulse that left heel towards sky. Not a very big motion, but a powerful one. So a few more pulses, keep it going. You got it. I know you do. And then inhale, let's reach the arms in front of us, set the heel down. And as you exhale, a little mobility here. Swing opposite way, lifting knees up and over so that now the left leg is bent. Place your fingertips down, and again, we're going to lift that right heel just the way we did before. So engaging the glute, really feeling nice and strong and stable, encouraging the body to move in funky ways so that we are strong and flexible. You got it. A few more pulses. Good work. Inhale, lift the arms. And as you exhale, circle them to the center, lift the knees, drop everything over, plant the palms, and we're going to tuck onto the back toes. So you're still in a pigeon pose, but you're tucked onto those back toes. And from here, we're going to swing the right leg all the way up to a 3-legged dog, and then drop the heel towards the hips, point knee towards sky, come onto left hand, right fingertips, pivot the back foot, and we'll open to wild thing, opening heart, opening hips. And maybe taking some big circles with the right arm. One direction, and then the other. And then let's look towards that left hand, reach the right hand forward, and pick the right knee up, stepping it all the way forward to the outside of our right hand. So we come to a lizard pose. Inhale, lengthen the heart. And as you exhale, drop the back knee, flex the foot, and curl the heel in towards the glutes. Nice little hamstring quad strengthener there. Inhale, exhale, tap the toes down. Let's do 2 more. Curl the heel in, feel the hamstring engage. Exhale, lower. Last time, curl the heel in, keep the heel towards glute, and let's drop the forearms towards the floor. Nice work. Lengthen through the heart. So we're in a real funky lizard pose here. And then as you exhale, let's drop those back toes so that the shin is parallel with the mat. And we'll open so that right hand stacks next to right foot and left fingertips reach for sky. So we're in like an extended side angle with the knee down. Inhale. Exhale, lift your spine to vertical and bring the hands to the hips. And then we're going to bend into the right leg and pulse, leaning the hips forward towards the heel. So pulsing here. Really just building some strength like we've been doing throughout this practice in the glutes and the hip flexors, and also some flexibility through the groin area. It's a real nice stretch for all my runners. Inhale, lengthen the right leg, and then let's walk the toes forward so they're at like a 45-degree angle, almost coming off the mat. Maybe they are off the mat, and we'll take some pulses there, a little different direction. Good work. Engage the core. Maybe find something beautiful to look at in your home or this gorgeous view behind me. And then let's walk the toes all the way forward in front of us, and we'll take those same lunges forward, letting the hips sink towards the heel. Core engaged. Just building some strength. Good work. Inhaling, and then let's walk the toes all the way back out to the side. Let's plant the right hand on the inside of the foot, lift the left hand for the sky, and swing the back toes so that they open up towards the back of the mat. Then we'll lift the knee, and we're in an extended side angle pose. Reach the left hand long overhead. And then as you exhale, circle the hands down, plant them on either side of the foot, ball of the back foot. Sweep the right toes high, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, flow through a vinyasa. Maybe you keep that back leg lifted until you move into your upward dog, inhaling, then exhaling, downward facing. Good work. Inhale, let's sweep the left toes high. Exhale, left knee comes in towards left elbow. Inhale, high. Exhale to right elbow. Inhale, open, three-legged. Exhale, tap the knee to elbow. Inhale. And exhale, cross the body. A few more, you got it. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tap. Inhale, long. Exhale, tap. Long. And tap the left elbow. Inhale, last time across the body. Tap the right elbow. This time when we come to three-legged dog, we'll exhale to the left elbow, and then lower the knee towards the wrist. Inhale back towards armpit, sliding the knee down, and then back up. And then a couple more sliding and lifting, really building that core strength. Slide and lift, push the floor away. And then let's swing the right ankle over, or the left ankle towards right wrist, and lower down into pigeon pose. Good work. Inhale, let's open the arms out wide, roll out the wrists. And then inhale the arms in front of us. And as you exhale, reaching forward with the heart, with the fingertips, and lowering, using the strength of the leg and the core to slowly lower and gently let the forearms and the forehead come to rest. Nice work. Couple rounds of breath here. Next, inhale, the gaze comes forward, and as you exhale, walk the hands back. And we'll shift our weight onto the left hip and slide the right knee up towards the left heel. Then flex out the back foot, and we engage into the back hip to lift the back foot off the floor. Nice strong core here. Flexing the foot, little pulses up, really building strength in those joints. Good work. And then inhale, let's lift the arms. And as you exhale, knees reach up and we shift over to the opposite side. And then we'll take those pulses with the left foot. So that back foot begins to pulse up and down. Core is strong. You got it. Yeah, that's it. A few more. And then let's inhale back through center and all the way over to the opposite side. Plant the palms and extend the right leg long behind you. Come onto the ball of the toes. And we're gonna inhale, sweep the left knee high, opening the knee towards sky, dropping heel towards hip, tent the left fingertips, and we'll pivot on the foot, dropping into wild thing. Lift the hips, lift the heart, take some circles with the arm. Nice job. And then opening up the arm in another direction, taking opposite circles. And then when you're ready, we'll exhale, planting left hand next to right, and sweeping left toes to the outside of left foot, landing in a lizard pose. Inhale, lengthen the heart. And as you exhale, drop the back knee and pull the right heel in towards glute. Nice little hamstring curl. Exhale, tap the toes. And then using the hamstring, engage that muscle. Envision it activating. Tap the toes down. Last time, pull the heel in towards glute. Keep it there. And we'll lower forearms towards floor. Nice work. Take some breaths. Lengthen out the back body. Heart pulls through the collarbones. Nice long spine. Then we'll slide left hand so that it plants next to the foot and drop the right toes in so that they're parallel with the short end of the mat, and open the right arm towards sky, that half extended angle pose. Then as you exhale, lift the spine to vertical and straighten through the left leg. Then we'll take those pulses. So bending into left leg, sending hips towards the heel, feeling the engagement in the quads and the nice stretch through the groin. Taking a few pulses. If this is too much on your knee, you could always put a blanket underneath of you, a little extra cushion. It's always a fun idea. Then let's walk the toes to a 45-degree angle and continue those pulses. You got it. Nice work. And then finally, let's walk the left toes all the way forward so they're in line with our hips, and take our lunge pulses forward. Really building muscle, building strength, and encouraging flexibility. What a team those two are, strength and flexibility. From here, let's walk that left foot all the way forward. Plant the left hand inside the foot. Swing the right toes towards the back of mat and open up into extended side angle. Right fingertips shoot for sky, and then long overhead, making one long line from the heel to the fingertips. Then as you exhale, plant palms on either side of the front foot and sweep the toes high, three-legged dog. And as you exhale, maybe you move through your vinyasa, keeping that left leg lifted until we arrive at our upward facing. And then sending it back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And as you exhale, we'll begin to cool down by bringing the knees as wide as mat, bringing big toes together, and sending the hips long behind you, walking the hands out, child's pose. Grounding in the breath. Maybe grounding in finger pads and knuckle pads, and using a little bit of pressure to press yourself backwards, feeling the stretch in the shoulders, the activation in the back body. Next, we'll inhale, take the gaze forward. And as you exhale, round the back body, roll forward, lengthen through the left leg, and pull the right knee in and up towards armpit. Then settle the hip down to the outside of the mat. So we're in this funky shape, this funky upward facing seal frog shape. Inhale here. And as you exhale, let's walk the right hand out and then take the left fingertips and cross them under the right armpit so that the left ear can lay on the floor and we feel a nice stretch through the shoulder. Maybe the forehead rests, maybe the right fingertips walk long. Big breath here. Really settle into the stretch in the shoulder. Next inhale, let's raise the right hand and let it fall open behind you so that you roll over onto the back body and find yourself in a reclined twist. See if you can shimmy shoulders towards floor. See if you can inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, deepen the twist. And then gently lift right fingertips towards sky and roll back over onto the belly. Plant the right fingertips in front of the nose and open the left arm so the left hand lands next to the right. And then walk the hands back. Lift up onto the left knee and send the toes back so they meet each other. And once more, you're in child's pose. Take a breath. Inhale. And as you exhale, send the weight forward, come onto the right knee, and then pull the left knee up and in towards chest and settle it to the outside of the mat, keeping the leg bent. Inhale, so you're in that funky frog seal shape. And then exhale, walk the left hand forward, and we'll shoot the right arm underneath, letting the ear settle, letting the forehead rest, whatever feels right. And then walking the left hand in front of you. Nice big stretch through the right shoulder blade and the left hip. And then let's inhale, reach the left fingertips up towards the sky and then around, dropping them behind you so that you roll onto back body, leaving left knee bent. So we come into that reclining twist. Inhale, lengthens the spine. Exhale, helps you ground into the floor below you, deepening the twist. One more big cycle of breath. And with your next exhale, let's pull the left knee in towards chest, roll all the way onto back body. Maybe scoot back onto your mat if, like me, you've made your way off of it. And pull both knees into chest, wrapping the arms around the shins, bringing forehead to the knees, giving yourself a big hug. And then as you exhale, allowing the feet to become wide as the mat, palms face up. Maybe you're ready to land here in this final Savasana, or maybe there's a few more poses that call to you. But if you're tempted to leave before taking a few moments to integrate the practice, I encourage you to stay. Fight that urge. Know that there is as much value in the stillness as there is in the movement. Psychologists have studied the way that we learn, and one of the things that they have seen is that if you put a rat in a maze and you ask it to run the same route over and over and over and over and over and over again, and then you put another rat in a maze and you ask it to run the route a few times and then to sleep or to rest, the rat who's sleeping will run the maze in its mind. I think it's something like 37 times, 32 times faster. So this rest, this integration part, this is when our brain is learning. This is when we figure out how to make those connections in a way that's sustainable, that doesn't wear us down, that becomes part of who we are. So really take these few breaths to allow your brain that space to do some of that work now. letting the body be heavy, letting the breath be natural, noticing the sensations at the backs of the calves and the palms. And if you're ready, coming out of the pose by gently wiggling fingers and toes, dropping the head from side to side. Maybe as you inhale, taking a big breath, reaching arms high overhead and pointing toes down long below you. Maybe you roll onto one side, cradling head in the arms, knees in towards chest, or maybe you bring knees in towards chest and gently rock along the spine. Either way, lifting yourself into a seated position. Bringing the palms to rest in the lap or at heart center and honoring your intention from the beginning of this practice. Maybe bringing it with you beyond this space. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Namaste. See you next time.